what I was doing that was preventing me from getting clients was I was over marketing to my audience. So flashback to 2016 when we were launching this automated webinar, the audience that I was targeting, they were red hot. They already knew that they wanted a webinar. They already knew that they wanted a service. But yet I was forcing them to sit through my entire webinar before they even saw the offer. Welcome to Sold with Webinars, a podcast that aims to uncover how the most successful experts, coaches, consultants, and e-course professionals sell their products and services with just one sales presentation or webinar. A simple sales webinar can transform the business and life of a solopreneur. And this podcast will show you how other experts just like you are generating 6 and 7 figures per year online with their webinars. If you'd like to join our Facebook community where I share exclusive members-only content, join our Sold with Webinars Facebook group. For blogs, content, and information about our webinar services, visit thewebinaragency.com. And to download a free comprehensive 6-month, $466,000 webinar case study, go to soldwithwebinars.com. Now, let's get started. Hey, what's going on, experts? Joel Urway here, and welcome to another very special episode of Sold with Webinars. It has been a while. We took a little bit of a break as we went down to Florida. We just got back from Florida after about a 5-week mini vacation. Took some time off, spent some time at the beach with my family, spent some time down in Key West. We drove from St. Augustine to Key West for about 5 days, and then we visited Cocoa Beach. We visited what other beach? New Smyrna Beach. Did a lot of traveling over the past 5 weeks, and we are getting ready. Well, we are launching the next season of Sold with Webinars. So I'm very excited to be back with you. Very excited to be back in the saddle, chatting with you and sharing all the different things that I'm learning in my business and with my clients' businesses over the world of mini webinars and webinars. Today, I want to come back at you with an episode talking about over marketing to your audience. I'd say back in 2016, I was struggling. I want to give you a story about really where I came up with this. In late 2016, I was struggling with my agency. I was struggling with the webinar agency, generating new clients for our agency services. We had been, I don't like to share this story. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like to share this story, but I haven't shared this story all that often with a couple of close friends and close colleagues. But late 2016, we were struggling generating clients with paid traffic with our agency. Right? If you ever have suffered from imposter syndrome, this is going to be like the cream of the crop. Like this is the pinnacle of imposter syndrome of what I've experienced. We were running an automated webinar and trying to generate clients, and we were really struggling. When I say really struggling, I mean our application cost from paid traffic was about $450 per. Now, I know numbers in the industry because we've developed tons of webinars for our clients, automated webinars, generating strategy sessions, generating phone calls, and the numbers are a lot lower than that. And so I was working with a mentor at the time, a coach, and I paid him about $35,000 over the course of the year, and we just weren't having success. We weren't having the results that I had expected, and we were going back and forth. And they were saying, "Oh, it's your ads. You need to hire an ads guy. You need to do this. You need to do that." My ads costs were fluctuating super crazy. Nothing was consistent. And I needed some predictability in my business. And, at the end of the day, I didn't have any clients. I was really struggling. I shouldn't say I didn't have any clients. I just needed more clients. And I remember laying in bed and, that old saying of, what keeps you up at night? And literally this was keeping me up at night. I remember I couldn't sleep because I just wanted to be successful with the business, and I had bills to pay, and I wanted to, my wife had quit her job. We had just moved into a brand new home, brand new town. She wasn't going to go back and find work. She was going to stay home with our son. And that put a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress on me to go, find ways to get more clients. And on top of that, I couldn't generate clients with my own webinar, right? So the webinar agency was failing with a webinar. So Fast forward, I was really struggling with this for about 6 months, and finally it was the end of November 2016, 11 o'clock at night. I remember I was laying in bed thinking about new ways that I could test out my marketing, yada yada yada. And I remember it finally hit me. It finally dawned on me. The idea that, like, have you ever had that idea that you know is going to work? Like, it's that one that hits you like a ton of bricks. Like, this is going to work. You haven't even tested it yet, but you just have so much confidence that this idea was going to work. Well, this is what happened to me. I was laying in bed and this idea came to me like, holy crap, boom. I know this is going to work and I can't sleep until I get it done, right? I had this idea for a new way to generate clients and to generate business, which was, going to be completely backwards than what I was doing with the long form automated webinar. So I ran downstairs, I fired up my computer, and my wife was sleeping at the time. And I remember by the time I was done, writing this post, I was going to create a post and post it on my social media. So I spent like 45 minutes writing this post because it was in my head. It was fresh. I wanted to get it out right now. So I typed it out, and I remember staring at the screen with my laptop, like, okay, cool. It's late. I have no idea who's even awake right now. I don't know if this is going to generate any sort of response, but I'm going to post it and I'm going to see what happens. So I posted it, and I remember staring at the computer screen. I remember staring at Facebook and saying, I hope somebody responds. I hope somebody responds. And it felt like an eternity as I was staring and waiting for that first response to come through. I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then boom, I heard the ding, the notification said somebody had just commented on your post. Andrew has just commented on your post. A couple seconds later, somebody else commented on the post. A couple seconds later, somebody else commented on the post. The feedback was incredible. And that day, that night changed everything for my business. It changed everything for my clients' businesses because it changed the way that we went about launching offers, launching courses, launching programs, and testing the market. And I want to explain to you where I'm coming from with this. So within 24 hours of me putting in that post, I landed a $25,000 client to build them a new webinar. And I had another one that was going to come through from that post, like within, I don't know, another day or so. So I ended up landing 2 clients from that post. And that ended up that sparked the development of what we now call the mini webinar. And it's not just mini webinars that evolved from this. It's the idea of speaking to your market, getting buyers to raise their hand. Because what we've been doing with this now is we've been leveraging these things called power offers and mini webinars to launch new offers, launching multiple offers at the same time, and really getting a stronghold into a brand new market for clients who are just starting or just launching a brand new offer. We're leveraging these types of systems, these types of funnels to quickly get a response and to quickly get customers and to quickly get clients. We're developing a new webinar right now called High Ticket Courses. And this is really going to be kind of the crux of everything that we talk about inside of that webinar. But the fact of the matter is this: when you start out, most people who are just starting out with marketing or trying to generate buzz, trying to generate interest with their offer, with their business, they go about it backwards because they're consuming the wrong type of content. They're following the wrong advice that's not applicable to them at this current moment. When you first start out in business, the number one thing that you need is sales. You need customers, you need clients, you need revenue coming in the door. And when you start to follow lots of digital marketers out there, lots of techniques work, lots of strategies work, but we're following the right piece of advice at the wrong time. What I was doing that was preventing me from getting clients was I was over marketing to my audience. So flashback to 2016 when we were launching this automated webinar, the audience that I was targeting, they were red hot. They already knew that they wanted a webinar. They already knew that they wanted a service, but yet I was forcing them to sit through my entire webinar before they even saw the offer. When I scratched that, flipped it on its head, and led with the offer first and then supplemented with marketing, everything changed. Because when you lead with an offer first, you get buyers to raise their hand, not freebie seekers. Freebie seekers suck your time, they suck your energy, and they suck your resources. Okay? So we flipped everything on its head and we lead with power offers to generate that buzz from buyers And then once they say, okay, cool, I'm interested in your offer, tell me a little bit more about your services, that's when you go in and you supplement with marketing. So don't overmarket to your audience. Don't overkill just yet. Think about this in terms of phases, right? The phases of your business, the phases of your marketing systems within your business. Like we're developing 2 or 3 different types of phases of how we evolve our marketing. And phase 1 is we launch with an offer and we get people to raise their hand, get them on the phone, and we sell them, $5,000, $10,000, or $15,000 offer just like that. And it's been proven time and time again. We just got back from a mastermind, which I held in Florida. I had a couple of VIP clients come down, about 8 clients come down, and we just did a 2-day mastermind to kind of connect and share some ideas, brainstorm. And Temple Naylor, I'm going to give him a shout out here. We were just finishing up with his mini webinar. He was an agency client, and he paid us, 5 figures, $12,500 to build a mini webinar for him. And once he launched it, he got his first client within 10 minutes. Okay, that's the power of a mini webinar. Now, I'm not going to promise you that your mini webinar will give you a client in 10 minutes, but what I can promise you is you're going to get people to raise their hand saying they're interested in what you have to offer, right? Because that's phase 1, getting people interested in your offer. There's 5% of the marketplace that's ready to buy right now. Many people think that 5% is too small, but I promise you 5% is plenty big enough to get your message out there and get people to raise their hand and say, yes, I'm interested in that offer. Focus on phase 1 first, which is your offer. And then phase 2 is developing your safety net of leads, building that lead system, building that lead generation system, nurturing them, marketing to them, and pushing them up to your conversion mechanism, right? Phase 1 is developing your offer. Phase 2 is your lead nurturing system. And then phase 3 is kind of like your mass market scalable messaging system. This is how I think about all offers now. Developing offers that can fit into this model. It's our perfect expert model. And this is how you nearly eliminate all the risk in launching a new offer and launching a new business. Because if you launch the first stage and nobody's responding to your offer, you now have a quick pivot point that you can make where you haven't wasted tons of time building a long, complicated webinar or long, complicated marketing sequence, a spaghetti funnel, right? If they're not responding to your offer, you do not pass go. You do not collect $200. You do not go to phase 2 and develop all these other marketing systems. No, get your offer out there and get people to say, yes, I'm interested, and get them to say, okay, cool, I'll take you up on that offer, or no, I won't because of, XYZ objections. Does that make sense? When you think about this in the reverse format of what most of us have been educated on, everything starts to make sense, right? I'm not saying we've had some clients that have leveraged only the mini webinar have gone to, well over 7 figures with just the mini webinar as their marketing machine. However, many of our clients take that mini webinar and go to, $30 or $50 or $80,000 a month, and then they reinvest down into more automated marketing systems where they can scale with a touchless sales system. So do not overmarket to your audience. That's the lesson today, because marketing, when you're launching to a new offer, marketing is really phase 2 in the process. You want to validate your offer first and then give them the marketing. That's what I've got for you today. Chew on that. Offer first, marketing second. Launch a power offer and test your message to the market. Don't put the cart before the horse. Focus on making offers and then build your marketing machine. That's what I've got for you today. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we look forward to giving you the next one. For blogs, content, and information about our webinar services, be sure to visit thewebinaragency.com. If you'd like to download a free, comprehensive 6-month, $466,000 webinar case study, go to soldwithwebinars.com. And if you'd like to join our Facebook community where I share exclusive members-only content, join our Sold with Webinars Facebook group. Finally, if you enjoy this content, be sure to give us an honest review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Join us next time, and I'll see you there.